Hello, this is Tyeisha Cole, and this is my thesis capstone presentation for Environmental Policy 696 at the American Public University. This project was all about developing a framework for the Stanford Collecting Oysters Recycling and Education Program in Stamford, Connecticut, and was developed for a local nonprofit organization called Closed Loop Initiative Partners. I decided to focus on this because Stanford has over 20 restaurants in the area that send oyster shells to landfills each year. And it is actually a very valuable resource that could be diverted instead for and used for reef building and educational purposes. Connecticut Senate actually just passed Senate Bill number 840, which allows the Connecticut Department of Agriculture to acquire these shells or other mulch materials and deposit them on state-owned shellfish beds and allow them to actually fund oyster shell recycling programs. Oyster reefs increase biodiversity in the Long Island Sound. They support a $30 million economy in Connecticut alone and can help control erosion and provide water filtration services. The goals of this project included establishing a framework to prevent these oyster shells from entering the landfills in Stanford, which included creating a 3, 6, and 9-month pilot budget that would be used for different grant applications, finding local funding opportunities that could provide seed funding for an environmental organization like CLIP, drafting a grant application appropriate for CLIP, determining feasible locations shells could actually cure for 6 months minimally, and that just means sitting out in the sun and being weathered to make sure we're preventing the introduction of invasive species or anything to Connecticut waters. Creating a working Excel sheet to help track outreach efforts in the future. Drafting outreach letters for curing, volunteer procurement, and donation purposes. Draft a program participation application for partner restaurants, and determine at least one end user that could use these diverted shells for oyster reef building or educational purposes. And we wanted to focus on this because if we do nothing and we just continue as business as usual, essentially the restaurants are making it more difficult to stay in business because they're helping to decrease the oyster population just by being in business. But if we take this opportunity instead, this could provide educational experiences for the locals and obviously help replenish the struggling population of oysters in the Sound. Thank you for listening. Bye.